Steve in Dallas, Texas is on the line, a first-time caller. Steve, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. What's going on?
Not much, man.
Thanks. I was going to respond to what I just heard about you say white Martin Luther King, right?
Yeah.
First I want to ask, why would you think there will be a need for a white Martin Luther King?
There isn't one, but there will be one, probably.
I'm saying, is there a need for one?
We need Martin Luther King like the blacks needed Martin Luther King, like they needed a hole in the head.
Yeah. Understanding. Okay, so you say
Martin Luther King apparently was for evil. He brought out a lot of evil.
How would you say that? This is new. I never known him to be evil. I know white people to be evil. While he was marching, speaking about peaceful integration, he was getting spit on and stabbed and eventually killed for speaking the truth about white society and their behaviors.
I don't know him to have been speaking the truth about white society and their behaviors either.
Yeah, he was saying
what truth did he say?
He gave a parable. A parable says this. He say when some of the Jews came from the Holocaust, they were given reparations from not only Americans but some of the German people. But then
Americans gave reparations to Jewish people?
To the Jews, yes, to the Holocaust, yes.
That's shameful. Why?
No, let me finish the parable.
Okay. That's from the prayer book?
This is what Martin Luther King said.
Okay.
Martin Luther King then said this. He said, okay, for every immigrant who comes here, you give them all types of federal funding, all types of ways to not only prepare themselves to a next status citizenship, but a comfortable life in America.
I didn't know that. We shouldn't do that.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Then he says when he comes to the lonely black man, he said Negro, comes to the lonely black man, here he has been forced into slavery for over 400 years, stolen from his land, stolen from all language, all culture, and has been paid only with his life to keep working for free. And then he says, the white man tells him, oh, yeah, you should pull yourself up by your bootstraps to a man who has never even had a pair of boots. So after Martin Luther King made that parable, that's when the true demonic white people came out and eventually assassinated him. So
I don't know if a word that you said is actually even true, though.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not true. It's not true because blacks have boots. Blacks do have boots, and they weren't working for free. They were paid. They got food, housing, shelter. Some of them were paid. Some of them were paid enough. Hold on, man. One at a time, Steve.
Go ahead.
Some of them were able to buy their freedom.
So like cattle. So can a cow should get paid, huh? That's basically what humans were. They're cattle.
I've never heard of a cow buying its freedom. Slaves did.
Exactly. That's the same thing that slaves weren't able to buy their freedom. You are a silly dude, person. You don't know that. You don't know the depths.
Thank you.
Yeah. You don't know the true depths of slavery. You don't know the true depths of slavery. Yeah, you one of them white people who are demonic, right? I do know.
Nor did MLK.
I'm a person. MLK. Yeah,
he didn't know anything about slavery.
Yeah, you're funny, bro. I like your show.
But one wrong.
I want to address your piece, though.
One wrong doesn't justify another. Just because if we wrongly gave Jewish people reparations doesn't mean
that wasn't wrongly. That was just
reparations.
That was just the kindness that they show to anyone in distress. But when you see a black person in distress, you decide to kill them. You say no.
Who's you?
They can never. White people, white society.
Name one white who decided to kill a black person in distress.
Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin didn't decide to kill.
Yeah, well, what else? I was in Minnesota when that happened, too. Who else? The dude that killed Philando Castile.
That was not a white guy. That was a Filipino guy. And he didn't shoot him in distress.
He had a funny name, but he talked white as you are talking now.
So that's irrelevant. You're talking pretty white yourself.
Yeah, because I'm educated. Nice. But I'm definitely not white. I'm the furthest thing from white.
Oh, okay. I can tell.
Yeah, I bet you could. I could tell you white too.
How old are you?
You sound like a demon.
How old are you, if you don't mind my asking, Steve?
I'm in my 30s.
Oh, right on, man. You sound like an old timer.
Yeah, no. Nah, I'm from a person who knows his history. Who knows what has been done to his people
but a lot of
from time to time.
But a lot of history is fake news, man.
History is not fake news,
yeah,
man. History is something that has been done and has been reported, that has been did.
Right.
And history will repeat itself to those who don't know who do not know what history is. So you don't know history. That's why you're speaking this garbage. But it's funny though. I want to talk to the big guy.
Oh yeah, you have to call. You have to get up earlier in the morning to talk to
him.
JLP.
But you good people. I like what is going on. I would definitely like to be a. I got to learn how to keep my what do you call it? Anger in control. So
nice, man. So you agree with JLP about the anger message?
Yeah. Well, no. I get angry because that's a very touchy subject when you talk about slavery reparations. Because I'm the ascendant of the people who are still getting oppressed, man. That's why I say it's like I never grew up with hate against white people, but it seems like it'd bequeath me not to be hateful towards white people for the things that they do, whether I'm racist to them or not.
Yeah, so, and I never grew up with any ill will towards blacks, but now the blacks are getting more and more out of control. And isn't it interesting
how you figure they're going out of control? Think about it like this. Imagine someone who has been bullying you. We ain't gonna say a high school year. That ain't shit. We gonna say someone's been.
Keep it clean, man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Imagine South Korea and North Korea, how North Korea was bullying South Korea for years and years and years. They even got a statue showing North Korea is the bigger brother beating upon the little brother. Until the little brother went and got with the United States, now they're able to hold their own against them. So imagine someone who's finally getting their liberation or finally getting some of the freedom that they've been due for years. So, yeah. Back in the day when someone used to speak out, you got beat up, you got kicked, you got stabbed, you got shot, you got killed. So now we have enough, I guess you could say, Caucasians who are woke enough to understand, well, you know what, black people have been getting the raw end of the stick for years, but we're still not going to give them reparations. We're still not going to give them what they deserve. But, yeah, they have been getting the shit kicked out of them for years and years and years. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
They have been getting the stuffing knocked out of them for years and years and years. So it's just kind of angering when you hear people. Because like I understand, we say, to be honest, 2020, it's 2023. Anybody can do anything. I can start a tech company right now from the $20 job hour I work right now and become just as successful.
Right.
But the only difference is it wouldn't be the same. I'll be having to work 3 times as hard to get that one little joy that someone doesn't even have to work for. It'll be passed down to them. Something that had been passed down to them that was stolen from another group of people. That's why.
But a lot of stuff has been stolen from whites as well because they're
Name one thing. Please.
Their communities. Their communities,
what?
For example.
You stole. Okay, you said. Well, you just like saying a thief got his stuff. A thief has got his own stuff stolen because you stole it from the Native Americans.
No,
you know that.
But that's irrelevant. Let's stick with reality because present day is all we have, and you can argue about history all day long.
I agree.
So
now,
look at a beautiful
name a community. Name a community that has been stolen from white people, please. Name 8.
Compton.
Not in Texas.
Compton. Yeah, Compton used to be white.
White flight. Y'all left Compton.
Because it was stolen from us, the blacks, they moved the blacks in, and then now the blacks are being now the blacks are being replaced by the Hispanics, and the Hispanics are going back to the South.
It's okay like this.
And so like that, white property values went down.
Listen. But guess who still owned it? Guess who still owns the ghetto? White people. Black people don't own the ghetto. White people do. So you never lost anything. You just don't live there.
You're not talking about the people who had to move away and lost their property value.
They still own them homes.
They do not still own them?
Man, they didn't. Man, you acting like they got. You acting like the white flight was like the tears of native tears. There was nothing like that. That's why you trying to make it seem like, we were moved out. I didn't say it was like
the Trail of Tears.
That's what you're saying?
No, it's not basically exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that their property values went way down, and so they had less wealth to pass down.
But they still owned it. And
they didn't necessarily own it. They had to sell. Many of them.
Do you know economics?
I get what you're saying, that some of the people still own, some white people supposedly white.
Let me say this. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off because I'm enjoying the conversation.
All right.
Well, do you know that it's just like economics is like a sausage effect? So when Compton went down, guess what went up? Hollywood, Burbank, Santa Clarita, all these other places went up because that money that left Compton or whatever place, they went to another place and made them successful. So in actuality, every city needs a ghetto, and the ghetto usually becomes old white property that was once good that attracted black people who was trying to come up and do something and be productive citizens. They felt like, oh, no, I don't want to live next to a person that's a different color than me. They might just rob us. So then...
Because sometimes that happens, right?
Yeah. I have been burglarized by whites just as much as black people burglarize me, too. So don't say that. I think white people are the number one criminals in the United States. We make the news a lot, of course. But you guys because you guys are international with it. You guys are in countries stealing all types of things you didn't even think about.
Oh man, there's no talking sense into you right now.
Yeah, I'm sensible. That's the thing. I am sensible because I'm not biased. I look at it between the straight lines.
I know,
I'm not saying that.
But you're believing all this stuff and like smearing the whites. You've swallowed all of this communist history about we genocided the Indians and stuff like that and stole their land.
You did, man.
Not
you know how many?
They're still living, aren't they? Everybody has their...
Yeah, they living all right. They're living on the wastelands of America. Something that the only thing that could be profitable would be made it to casinos.
Everybody has their challenges, and you brought up bullies. A lot of white kids grew up getting beat up by the black kids. So you're talking about bullies?
False. Because I grew up in a black school and I went to a white school. Bullies white people who get bullied by their own kind. Black people don't mess with. Black people were the only ones getting bullied by in my generation. Like I said, I'm in my 30s.
Uh-huh.
When I went to an all-black school, we bullied each other, of course. I give us that. But when I went to a white school, it was white kids bullying the black kids. Usually they were smart because they definitely wouldn't make it in the ghetto, and they definitely were too smart. They were smart. They were smart enough to be where all the white kids were, where all the new equipment and all that. So they were the ones getting bullied because they really wasn't ghetto children. They were, how we say, Oreo. Black on the outside, white on the inside.
That's messed up,
so,
man.
Don't. Bullies bully those who they can get away with. Bullies not going to bully somebody who's going to fight back.
Right. Anyway, interesting call, man. Call me again sometime, Steve.
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me get a pen because I'm on my phone, but my phone is about to die.
Okay.
I definitely want to continue this conversation because I want to start my own podcast.
And JLP is live from 8 to 11 your time. You're in Dallas. I think that's Central Time.
Yep, 8 to 11.
Yeah.
You know what? Do me a favor, because I definitely want to continue calling. That's why I'm going to bring some ratings. Write my number down and send me an email or text.
Let me put you on hold, man, if you want to give your information, because I don't want you to give it on air, because people are going to...
Oh, yeah, most def. You're right about that.
All right, Steve.
Thank you. I'm a newbie. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and take Steve's info if he wants to give it, but call again sometime, Steve. Appreciate you, man.